Ladies and gentlemen, Unk Nation, let me tell y'all something real quick. When it comes to draft picks in the hands of Les Snead and Sean McVay, it's like watching a Michelin star chef work with leftovers. Somehow, some way, they turn those late-round picks into absolute masterpieces. And before we dive into why the Rams' 2025 NFL Draft is shaping up to be another clinic in team building, let's make one thing clear. Ain't nothing cheap about a draft pick when Snead is making the call. Now, some of y'all saw the Rams' official draft pick update and had your heads spinning. Hold on, what? 7 picks? Didn't we hear it was supposed to be 8? And you know how fans are, immediately running to social media, arguing in the comments, thinking the front office got something wrong, but Uncle Shay Shay did some digging, and let me tell you what happened. It all comes down to the NFL rules. Yeah, the same NFL that hit Calvin Ridley with a suspension for betting on his own team, but lets owners run wild with questionable behavior. But I digress. See, the Rams actually have 8 draft picks, but due to league rules, they can't officially claim a traded pick until the new league year starts on March 12th, 2025. That's when the books reset and the trades from the previous season become finalized in the NFL system. So while the official tally right now says 7, rest assured they got that 8th pick locked and loaded. The magic of Rams' late-round picks. Now, let's talk about what Les Snead and that scouting department do with these picks. Man, it's like watching a magician pull rabbits out of hats. We ain't talking about first-rounders where the talent is obvious. We're talking about late-round gems. Players other teams overlooked, dismissed, or just flat-out missed. Y'all remember 2022 round 5 pick Kyren Williams? Boy ran like he had a personal vendetta against every defender on the field. Then you got 2023's round 5 sensation Puka Nacua, who went from a no-name rookie to setting records as a receiver. If we talk about 2024, you see round 6 finds like Bo Limmer or Jordan Whittington, guys that fit seamlessly into the system. This ain't no accident. The Rams scouting department does their homework. They're out here at pro days at small schools finding dogs. Not just athletes, but dudes who play with a chip on their shoulder. And that's the secret sauce. They draft guys who come in feeling like they should have been picked higher. You put that kind of hunger in a McVay system, and you get stars. The 2025 draft class, a new wave of talent. Now looking at 2025, the Rams got 8 picks, including a compensator pick for Raheem Morris getting hired by the Falcons. That's another thing about this team. People love to poach their staff. Why? Because they know the Rams system breeds winners. But hey, you lose Morris, you gain a pick, and the Rams are going to make that work for them. The positions they'll be targeting? Well, let's be real. The offensive line always needs reinforcements. Stafford ain't getting any younger, and keeping him upright has to be priority number 1. Then there's the edge rush. Aaron Donald may not be in his prime anymore, but you best believe they're looking for someone to bring that pressure alongside him. And let's not forget wide receiver, because if there's one thing McVay loves, it's another weapon in that offense. The Les Snead draft strategy. Les Snead is like that dude in fantasy football who always makes the trade you didn't see coming. He doesn't draft just to draft. He drafts with intent. And he's never afraid to move picks around. You best believe that if Snead sees a guy he loves, he'll package picks and move up. Or if he sees more value in moving down, he'll trade back and stockpile. That's the way he's been doing it for years. Look at how they've built this team. They don't just draft talent, they draft guys who fit a role. When they needed secondary help, they found Kobe Durant. When they needed an offensive spark, they found Puka. And in 2025, with 8 picks to work with, you can bet Snead is going to cook up another draft class full of difference makers. Look, I ain't going to sit here and guarantee a Super Bowl. Ain't nobody handing out rings in March. But let's be real, the Rams ain't far off. They've been active in free agency, shoring up the roster. They've got young stars developing. And if Stafford stays healthy with McVay calling plays and that defense finding its groove, the Rams could make some noise in 2025. The foundation is there. The draft is just about filling in the missing pieces. And trust me when I say if Les Snead has 8 picks to play with, Rams fans should be excited. This team knows how to draft, they know how to develop, and most importantly, they know how to win. So when March 12th rolls around and that official update comes in, Rams fans, don't be surprised. You got 8 picks and Snead is about to go to work. Get your popcorn ready. It's about to get real interesting. So, who are the names to watch in this draft? Well, let me tell you, there's some straight-up beasts coming out in 2025. If the Rams are looking at offensive line, a guy like J.C. Latham from Alabama could be an instant game-changer. If they want to add some firepower on defense, someone like Jared Verse from Florida State could bring that nasty edge rush they need. And let's not forget about the secondary. A cornerback like Kool-Aid McKinstry, yes, that's his real name, would be a dream addition to a Rams defense that always benefits from ball hawks in the backfield. So what's the end game here? The Rams aren't in rebuild mode. They're in reload mode. They ain't tearing it down. They're fine-tuning. They're looking at what got them back into contention and making sure they're stacking talent. Look, y'all know me. I keep it real. And I'm telling you right now, if the Rams hit on this draft like they have in years past, they're going to be right there in the NFC playoff hunt. And once you get into the dance, anything can happen. Les Snead is a man with a plan, and let me tell you, his draft board don't look like anybody else's. While other GMs play it safe, he moves with boldness. Whether it's trading up to snag a future star or stockpiling picks to reload depth, Snead knows exactly what he's doing. But here's where he really excels: development. See, the Rams don't just draft guys and hope for the best. They plug them into a system, let them learn from vets, and before you know it, they're out there making plays. Think about guys like Ernest Jones at linebacker. Drafted in 2021, developed into a leader on defense. Or how about Kobe Durant, another late-round find, and now he's locking up receivers like he was a first-rounder. So, who might the Rams be eyeing this year? Let's break it down by position. Offensive line, keeping Stafford clean is priority number 1. A guy like Amarius Mims from Georgia or Talisi Fuaga from Oregon State would be a dream pick. Big, athletic, and built to dominate in the trenches. Edge rusher. If the Rams want another game wrecker on defense, they could look at someone like Dallas Turner from Alabama. That boy got that get-off that makes tackles nervous before the snap. And if he's off the board, Jared Verse from Florida State is another beast who could step in and make an impact. Wide receiver now. McVay loves his weapons, and if they want to add another dynamic playmaker, keep an eye on Rome Odunze from Washington. He's got size, speed, and hands like glue. Defensive backfield, a strong secondary is key, and if the Rams want to corner, a guy like Kamari Lassiter from Georgia could fit the bill. Versatile, tough, and exactly the type of player they love to develop. With 8 picks and a history of making them count, the Rams are in a great position. They aren't in rebuild mode, they're in fine-tuning mode. They've got a solid foundation, but this draft will be about adding the right pieces to take them from playoff hopefuls to legitimate contenders. So Rams fans, get ready, because come April, Les Snead is going to do what he does best: find ballers. And when the dust settles, don't be